you talk about it too, you mentioned Michigan and the surprise win there. A lot of it always comes down, no matter where you are, it always comes down to these swing states. And right now, at the top of the show, James was talking about the trade war with China and how that's impacting things. When it comes to what you're seeing play out in the swing states, how are you seeing some of the people there impacted by that?
Yeah, I got some new data from a research firm called Panjiva, which is part of S&P Global. And I asked them, you have changes in imports and exports by state, and can you show me that from 2017 to 2019? Because I want to look at the swing states and see if this has actually hurt. And you do see that, and I mostly looked at exports because that's the part that really contributes to growth. So the three swing states that have had the biggest decline in exports, both to China and to the world overall, are Nevada, Wisconsin, and Michigan. I mean, it's quite measurable in those states. And then also Maine has lost some as well. If you put those four together, that's 34 electoral votes. Now, I'm not saying they're necessarily going to go to the Democrat, but it's certainly, it's a factor that would tip it more toward the Democrat. I think, and that some of the other states, this data masks the effect on some states like Iowa and Minnesota, and part of the reason is, it's interesting, so a lot of exports from Midwestern states go through Louisiana because that's where the ports are. So they're put on ships in Louisiana, but they don't count as exports because they are actually sold to exporters in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't show up in the export data for some states. But then you look at Louisiana, huge decline in exports, both to China and just to China, actually. And that reflects a lot of pain that's being felt in other states. So this is causing problems that for sure is showing up in the data. And of course, we've had some farmers on from those states being shut out of the Chinese market. Yeah. Now that is supposed to come back because of this so-called phase one trade deal. We'll see if it does come back, but it's a bit of a liability for Trump at this point. And how much coronavirus spreading might impact that as well, as we've already seen on the front. Yeah. Rick Newman, thank you so much. We'll be watching New Hampshire. We'll see what happens there. Hey, investors, Zack Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.